And today, I would like to invite Natcha Praisamran, our student from year 13, to come and share her experience and her journey about what she has to do to prepare herself to get there. So please welcome Natcha Praisamran to the stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Natcha Praisamran, but most of you probably know me as Head Girl or the student who sings Pachera every single year. But as of now, I'm speaking as a year 13 student who recently went through the university application process. My experience of the application process ended up being quite lucky, and I've learned quite a lot, especially since applying to both UK and the US, which should be the same case for a lot of you if you plan to apply to different countries with different requirements. So I do hope that this will help shed some light on the process and what I did to get here. But before I could even start about the application, I really had to ask myself, why? Why do I want to get into the top university? Why do I have to work harder to get into these universities? Well, it was mostly due to the fact that I really enjoyed learning, and without a doubt, this would give me the highest chance to explore the possibility. I'm quite stubborn in a way that if I really want something, I will dedicate so much of my time to get it, kind of like an obsession. So going to school, I really wanted to learn everything that I did. So I thought, if I'm gonna learn at school, why not learn well? So this was my intrinsic motivation in gaining a place at one of the best universities in the world. And in doing so, I also knew that this would make my family proud. So I'm quite sentimental, as you can tell. Then came the action. I started to really think about my application in late year 10. And I went into it with the mindset of, if I get good grades, everything will be good. Until I started to do research, and then I realized, oh my goodness, all these people who's getting in the top university have so many things in their project profile. And I really thought that I was behind even before I even began. So I had self-doubt and I was really worried about my future ahead. But then all I could say is that, yes, it is right. There is a lot of things that goes into these projects and these profile. But all I did is that I had to start somewhere. So I started to look for a hobby that I was really interested in, and I dedicated myself to that hobby. In my example, I chose singing. And it started from me just being part of the school community, just going in play, and just doing everything I could. And then the more I was involved, the more ideas I got. And then from then on, I started to build on my projects. I started making bigger projects. I started enrolling myself into larger competitions. And over time, these would just build up. And then you have your profile there. So this was how I built my profile. It just started somewhere and I became consistent with building my skill. And once I started, ideas flooded in. And now it's time to strategize and make my plan. I had my goal. I wanted to get into that top university. I wanted to get into that dream university of mine. So I made a schedule and I stuck to it. Sunday was projects, weekdays was study and extracurricular, and Saturday was sleep. Of course, I need a break too. And I talked to a university mentor and I pestered him with all the questions I could possibly ever ask, every single day. Sorry, university mentor of mine. And then I mapped out all the important days by giving myself a very strict deadline because I'm quite a procrastinator, so I had to do everything I could to stop myself from procrastinating. Of course, during this whole process, it wasn't all positive and fun. Even if it was a hobby that I really enjoyed, I felt bored of it sometimes and I felt like I didn't want to do anything. The one thing that would help you stick to that plan is discipline. So my brother's not here today, but I think I have to give credit where credit is due. I think my brother is way more disciplined than me and I really look up at him in that aspect. But if you see him around, you can't tell him that because we have a dynamic, we hate each other. So we have to just keep that in mind. Don't tell anyone, secret between you and me. So I asked for his analogy. And he said, just like running 10K, of course it's about running. Have you seen him? You have to look ahead and pace yourself. You may be tired, but just focus on the finish line and keep running. Of course, I know absolutely nothing about running, but I really like that thought. So it's just like saying you can't just live in the moment. Of course, you should be happy and you should enjoy the process, but you also have to look ahead to your goal. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up and do something that you don't like to achieve your goal. That's my biggest take on this. So I really do encourage you to give it a try, no matter the reason, because what's the worst that could happen? It's rejection. We get rejected all the time, sadly. And when you get rejected, the worst is that you will become sad. of course you'll become sad. And as long as you don't hurt yourself or hurt other people, I say go on ahead. Be as sad as you want. No one cares. And the problem is, right, if you don't reply, the regret of not applying hurts way more than being sad of getting rejected. Not only do you have no reason to be mad about, you will also be left with this question of what if? And till this day, I regret not applying to Stanford because I was simply too lazy to write the supplemental essay, which is a pathetic reason. Do not do this. So please, I would like to say if you have a dream school, set it as your target and really go for it. Shoot your shot at that university. University application to me was truly an unforgettable experience, which seemed overwhelming at first. But it figured itself out soon enough. So right now, all I want to say is I want you all to start thinking about what your plan is for the future, what you want to do, and what you want to achieve. Make a rough plan or objective, and just start doing it. It may seem like a far-fetched dream, but as long as you have a starting point and you're willing to put in the work, it will naturally come to you. I can't say the results are always guaranteed, but at least you won't end up regretting not trying harder. I was fortunate that my journey was considerably a successful one. But I truly believe that if you want something and you're willing to put in the work, your chances of success will improve drastically, and this will work towards anything you want to put your mind to it. So, to conclude, I wish you all luck. Come talk to me anytime about anything you may be worrying about. University, trouble, some gossip, it's always fun as long as it's not harmful. And let's work hard together and get into that university of yours, fighting.